In a place of beauty and a part of the country that's uninhabited is where you'll find the four-wheel drive adventure of a lifetime, the Oombii track. Join us for part 2 as we leave the TODU8 River and tackle some really tough tracks up to Camera Pool. We have got a heap of four-wheel drive action coming your way. After leaving Home Valley Station, it has taken us 2 days to cover the 34 kilometres to the TODU8 River on the Oombii track. Our goal of reaching Camera Pool may be ambitious, but the Oombii track, it's all about the four-wheel drive adventure. It was a beautiful camp on the TODU8 River, but we must continue our travels, part 2 of the Oombii track. Here we come. What have we got in front of us today, Ronnie?
We've got a couple of little challenges along the way onto Oombii, but it's pretty much a bit more open track, but still a bit slow going. Nothing too strenuous at this point, but there are a couple that'll give us a test.
Sounds like a really good day.
Yeah, I think it won't be as hard as the last 2 days or yesterday, but yeah, still gives a bit of a challenge anyway, especially with the wheels placing and stuff like that. Still continuing over these sharp rocks.
Yeah, it's all about wheel placement this country, and if it's not as tough as the last 2 days, that's okay. We'll have a little rest and really soak up this scenery.
Oh yeah, absolutely, mate. We've got one part there will be on top of a hillside, and we can definitely see the Coburn, so we'll definitely soak that up. Hey, it's going to be awesome.
I'll lead the way, mate. We'll follow you. Whew, that was a heart starter for the morning. Still busy talking on the CB to realise I had these massive potholes down one side, got this big angle up, but hey, I'm awake. I may need another coffee, but it's all good. Keep your wits about you.
Yeah guys, we're just coming up to this first one there, Penny. This one's called Lingy.
Alright mate, looks like it's got a bit of water in it too. I'll watch you go through.
Yeah, it's got just a little bit, enough to give the cars a bit of a bath there. I know Jimbo really wanted to get his car clean after the mud episode.
Yeah mate, I'm still picking big chunks of mud off the car, so a bit of water will be fantastic.
Jimmy got bogged a couple of days ago and we are not letting him forget it.
Hey guys, I'm just going to pull up here. Just got something to show you, a certain tree that I'd like to tell you about. Yeah, and if you got tattoos, this one's going to be a good one. Yeah guys, the reason I pulled up at this tree, I wanted to show you these little pods here. These are really good for taking off tattoos on your skin.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it burns, does it?
Yeah, it's an acid tree. Well, this little pod here you see, now it's just out of season, but when they're full, you see all the sap that comes out of the pod, and that sap gives an allergic reaction to your skin, just like acid.
Yeah.
And wherever you place it on the skin, it'll just take that part off.
Wow.
So yeah, call it the acid tree, or bamboo tree in our language means hot.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, it's really good.
So if you want to get rid of a tattoo, stay clear of it.
Yeah, that's it. If you got an old axe that you don't like, just put that on there.
Yeah, right.
And, redo it
Shame
again.
it's not in season then, we could have given it a try.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be good. So.
Oh, thanks for showing us.
Yeah, that's
no
awesome.
worries.
I've been seeing those along the track.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Wouldn't want to get these stuff, you know, the sap in your eyes and stuff. You can definitely go blind from them and whatnot.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
got some power about it then.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You
Yep.
definitely need your sight for this track, don't you?
Oh yeah. Tell you what.
That's awesome. Thanks for showing us that, Ronnie.
No worries.
That's the beauty of having a guide with you. They can tell you about all the different fauna and flora that's in the area, and that was so interesting about the acid tree. Sounds like you don't want to be around it when it's in bloom, when it's producing that fruit there. Sounds a little bit dangerous, doesn't it? Very interesting though. Must move forward, keep heading on this track because we've only done a tiny bit of the track, just over 10%. We have got a long way to go and a lot more four-wheel driving to do. Walked this creek earlier just to make sure where the exit is because it's a little unclear. Got to actually be around to the left here. There's a bit of a burnt out section in front too. It's a bit difficult to find the track, but Ronnie helped me see which way to go.
Mate, we got a bit of a difficult one to get down to this valley down here. We've got a bit of a, bit of a how you going kind of track.
Bit average, is it? A bit rocky?
Yeah, I thought I'd give you and Jimbo a bit of a challenge as well. I mean, we've been sailing through this country pretty good at the moment, so yeah, thought I'd say, well, see how they like this one.
We'll just take you down the centre of this run. What do you reckon?
Yeah, mate, you look good from up here.
Perfect.
Awesome, I seen your face change. I was like, oh, what's happening that side?
No, all good, mate. I was just thinking you don't really need me. You're all over this.
Nah, thanks for the help. I needed you big time, mate. Thank you.
Good driving, mate. That was mint. When you walk up it, it actually looks pretty out of control. But as soon as Ronny started bringing in his cruiser, it just put everything into proportion, and it just ate it up. He just sailed down. Very impressive. Alrighty, on the way, Ronny.
Yeah, mate. Looks good. Okay, just go a bit of right hand down. Yep, right.
Oh, it doesn't feel so good. Still coming down, but
Yep.
down.
You're doing really good, mate. Hold him up there. I'll just move forward a bit more.
Stolzy.
That's one for the book.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, you guys made that look like a piece of cake. Let's see if I can do the same.
Mate, you'll nail it. You can have a slice of this cake.
Yeah, you'd be using the extra stress there, pulling that camper through, but you did very, very well, mate. My hat's off to you.
Oh, thanks very much. Means a lot. How was that, mate?
Oh, mate, it's a bit hairy there.
And just like looking down the chasm, it just scares you when you're sitting in the cab, just trying to keep your right angles on it.
As each car went through, that shale was starting to drop and
Slip away.
Yeah. Well done, mate.
Oh, thanks you, thank you. Thanks for guiding me, mate.
Yeah, good stuff.
Oh,
Ronny.
well, that was awesome fun.
Keep moving, eh?
Let's do another one.
This area we're coming up to now is called Neeldu. Nice little stopover, this one. Got a nice bit of pool, but it's littered with freshwater crocs. And you know, just by me looking at them and stuff, they're pretty big. I'd say about 12 foot easy. They're pretty big and looks scary as.
That sounds like a massive freshie. I don't think I've ever seen one that big before.
Yeah, mate. Definitely is scary because the whole place, the pool has got pandanus all around. Definitely looks like croc country, mate. Eh? I tell you.
Scouting for a camp, Ronny?
Yeah, mate. I'm just scouting for a camp at the moment. I'm trying to get near the on the creek bed there with that nice soft sand there. Be good for my old worn-out body at the moment.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan, because looking at the ground here, it's still rocky and not too nice, be a bit lumpy to sleep on. It's about 10 to 5, time to set up camp, but the thing is we've got one last obstacle before we can set up this steep creek that we've got to go in and out to get to the other side. Because I mean, this is cleared, but it's really rocky ground, not good for camping on. Yeah, it's tight to get through there. Watching Ronny come through, there's lots of stakes. Gonna have to take it pretty slow in the camper trailer. Got to fit through these two stakes that are poking out of the ground, dead trees. Things we do for a good camp.
That looks like a decent incline you went down there, Penzo.
Yeah, mate, it's pretty sharp with the camper trailer on. You'll see all underneath. I think I'm down. You keep going, Jimbo. Keep momentum, mate. Go, go, go.
You're having too much fun there, mate.
I sure am.
Just going to try rocking backwards and forwards. I've got my diff locks on now. Pen's down. Alright, time for recovery. So it's a little soft here. Where I went wrong, I think I lost my momentum. I didn't keep it going, felt it going down, but it was too late. So now we have to do a recovery. At least it's late in the day, it's nice and cool. The sun's not beating down on us. So yeah, time to get busy.
Here we go, mate. The old river sand's treacherous, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's caught me out before.
Yeah.
Strikes again.
Tell you what, mate, lucky I've got these treads on board, or else you'd be in a world of trouble.
I know, and you've got 4, which is even better. Got some on my reef, but yours, I just like yours so much better.
Well, they're proven and tested and proven, aren't they?
That's it.
I think once they take up, it's going to be crazy Larry mode, mate.
Yeah.
Just flat out.
Feed it the mangoes.
They'll grip up nicely.
Give it a push? No, I'm kidding. This is attempt number 2. Gonna try and snap second once I'm up and going. So what we've done, we've put 4 treads under mine. We're going to use the other 4 on Ronnie's because he's going to snatch me. But first, before we do, we're attaching these locator straps. Otherwise, they're getting buried in the sand and they're getting difficult to find. So we'll put these out in front and try again. Time to get the snatchy out. I'm going to use that with my rated recovery point on the front of my cruiser, hook up to the back of Ronnie. I've shared out the treads. We've got some on each vehicle. It's a combination recovery because we want to get out of this and set up camp and sit around the campfire and enjoy some dinner. Oh, it's a bit muddy from the other day.
Yeah, how did that get all done?
Alrighty, I'm ready whenever you are, mate.
All right, mate, I'm gonna go first, second, low, and give it all you've got.
Sounds awesome. Yeah, thanks mate. I actually think this looks like a really good spot to camp.
Yeah, I reckon so too.
So it turns out this is a perfect spot for camp. Camp is reasonably level. Ronnie's got me a bit further and we'll deal with this in the morning. Just leave it there, Jim Bob.
Alright.
It'll be all set up for tomorrow morning. That's part of my plan. Part of the positioning that me and Ronnie worked out earlier.
Well executed.
Yeah, yep. Alright, get set up.
Looking up there, bud.
This is tomorrow's lunch.
Oh, tomorrow's lunch.
Marinated chicken.
Yeah.
For dinner we're having bacon and eggs.
I was actually dreaming about steak, bacon and eggs for dinner tonight for some reason.
Hey, what about a hash brown on top?
Have you got hash brown?
No.
No.
I just think it'd be amazing.
That would be. That'd be sensational.
Hey, this is a little funny. We got the white girl here cooking on the fire, and Ronnie's over there all going
That was like the other day when we got up in the morning. I was there boiling my billy and stuff like that on the fire. In the background, he was making coffee.
I'm bringing you a coffee over.
In my opinion, it doesn't matter where I camp the night, it's all about the company you're travelling with.
Again.
What the hell? Yeah.
Last night I pulled up where I got bogged and made camp there. Had some dinner and thought I'll deal with this in the morning, which actually isn't a bad option if you find yourself in a similar situation. In the mornings the sand's more compact, it's not as hot, and we had a dew last night too, so that's going to work in my favour. Again, using combination of the treads, getting my gearing right, but now I've let my tyres, all 6 of them, down to 10 psi. Jimmy's going to go in front first. He's going to get up that jump up, wait for me there if I need it. He's going to actually winch me up. I'm going to try and get as far as I can on my own steam through these trees over here, and then Ronny will come up last. But see how I go. I've got to let this tyre down to 10 psi, then they're all done and I'm ready to rumble.
Made it up too easy. Bit of bounce. She's pretty bouncy. I made it up, no worries, Pam. There's heaps of grit there today. I reckon you'll be right.
Jimmy made that look a lot easier this morning, so hopefully I can do the same. Got lower pressures, got the treads under me. Low range. Just going to try the rear diff locker on at the moment. Second gear. Lots of berries taking no prisoners this morning. Put both diff lockers on for this. A few bumps coming up, there we go. Yeah, I did it on my own steam. It's taken no prisoners this morning. That is how you do it, guys. You can camp overnight if you're having dramas and deal with it in the morning. Often it's a better situation when you wake up and have a think about it overnight. I'm happy with that. Just got to get Ronny up and we are back on the tracks today.
Yeah. She's pretty bouncy, wasn't it?
You should have seen your tail and boom.
Yeah. I even backed off a bit. I thought, oh, I'll hit this hard, and then just started bouncing.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm happy with that.
Cool.
Get Ronny up.
Well done, mate. Well
Thank
done.
you. It's nice to hear those V8s are all first up in the morning. Gotta love that sound. If you're going to invest in a set of treads, grab a couple of these straps as well. They're really great. When you bury them down, you can find them, but they also make it so much easier to lift the tread out of the sand. These are brilliant. You've got to give river sand full respect. If you pick the wrong gear, you're going to go down. Back on the tracks this morning, we're straight into the rocky stuff and tight, weaving through these little scrubby bushes. And it's a little scratchy on the sides of the car. It's going through a tight bit at the moment.
What's the disc scrapers on the next one?
Sounds interesting.
Mate, this is the Moon's Crossing. This is a special little spot where I like to pull up and camp at and stuff, because it's got a nice little pool down not far. And yeah, it's quite a rocky crossing. And the entrance is, oh mate, you will find it very challenging. It's very tight and spot.
Bigger up there. Some battle scars on these big rocks here. I've done some damage to some vehicles and camper trailers and all sorts. Now this is not a track I would recommend to take a camper trailer through. Really got to have your full concentration. And you want to enjoy the track too. So good having the handheld UHFs, being able to communicate with each other doing this real tough stuff.
Mate, you're looking all good from here.
No worries, if you can just keep an eye on that one on my passenger's side, I know where I want to be on that next rock.
Yep, absolutely mate, no worries. Gonna be a big drop off after your front tire gets through, bro. Sorry, mate. Nice control, mate, nice control. Yep, good work there, mate.
Hitting the head with a branch. Things are tough. Oh man, thank you for your help, Ronny. I'm working up a sweat in here, the concentration.
Like I said before, man, you're doing a great job, and my hat's off to you every time.
Whew. I am sweaty as from the concentration, especially seeing the battle scars on those other rocks where others have had dramas. It always makes you a little bit on edge. So now this track is really a trip of a lifetime. It's kind of like the Cape trip or the Canning stock route. It's really one of those tracks that challenges you, but it's so diverse in what it offers. If you've done all the other four-wheel drive tracks and not this one yet, come and do it, but be prepared. Let me tell you, it will test you every single day. When Oombii was up and running, Ronny could actually do it. The best time he had was 3 hours back into Wyndham. It's literally taken us 4 days and we're still not at Oombii. We've still probably got another day before we get there. So that gives you an idea of how deteriorated the track has become. Hasn't had a grade over it since the early 90s. Glad we're not coming back up this because it's pretty crazy. I've still got a couple of big ledges to deal with. Something we've been doing a little bit different this year is prepping our lunch before we leave camp, because if you don't have lunch ready when it's time to pull up, you miss out on so much. There's just so much to see and explore when we stop. Sandwiches ready to go. You were telling us at lunchtime about someone that had some beef in their car that went through this crossing. Ronnie, what was that about?
Some of my uncles, they went out hunting in a small troopy, and they came back and dropped the car in the middle of the river here, and it was full of beef. And by the time they got back, they had to go get help in the Oombii, and when they got back, there was nothing left.
No way! So the crocodiles got into it.
Yeah, mate, they got into it all right.
Okay, that's about as far as I can go. I'm just going to try and straighten up and just give it a...
Alright, mate, you got your zip lockers on?
Yeah, I got the back ones on. Do you reckon I should go front?
I've got full Monty on this.
Cool, no worries.
Do you mind backing down just a little bit so I can winch off you? I'm not going to get up this on my own steam, sorry.
No worries there, mate. Just let me know how far back you want me to come, and yeah, we can do it from there.
Awesome. And Jim Bob, would you mind running out in the winch for me?
Yeah, no worries. I'm alright.
Thank you. Towing definitely puts extra strain on your gear in this sort of country. My recovery gear will be well and truly tested before we complete this track. Had that winch working. Ronnie was in front holding the brakes. He was my anchor. That winch is unreal. 12,000 pounds pulling up the car and the camper trailer. It's Jim Bob's turn now. We've chewed it up a bit, so we'll see if Black Hawk goes down.
That's how it's done.
How'd it feel?
Very cool, actually. She just bounced and crushed, but yeah, all good.
The Oombii track has thrown us some curveballs and we're only a quarter of a way through it. We're a bit behind schedule, so we didn't pull up camp where we wanted to last night. We actually wanted to be down here at Camera Pool. So Ronnie said to me around the campfire last night, Pen, you have to check this place out. And I'm so glad I did. It's absolutely beautiful in the morning light. Now for the people that used to live at the town of Oombii, this was a special place for them. They'd come down here fishing and spending some family time as well. Now with the big tides we've had recently with the moon changing, salt water will actually push up this far, so you can't swim here. And Ronnie tells us that also there's some big crocodiles in here. You can see the prints in the ground. You can actually make out their scales from their fat bellies sitting in the sand. Unfortunately, this is all I've got time to show you this week on the Top of Down Under. But come back next week and we'll show you the town of Oombii and the story behind that. Thanks for watching, guys.